folks, Matt Easton here, Scholar Gladiatoria. Now this is a very special thank you, I suppose, and it's a thank you to two sets of people, some of whom are the same people, and that is number one, first of all, my viewers, you, and secondly, my Patreon supporters, who are also you, or some of you at least. And I really want to say the reason I'm saying thank you particularly is because, as many of you hopefully have realised by now, I have a full-time day job, unlike lots of other YouTubers. Not to say anything against those other people who are making excellent videos and channels and everything else, but quite simply, I have essentially 4 jobs. And I have a main day job, and then I make YouTube videos, I run a HEMA club, I run the UK's biggest and one of the Europe's biggest HEMA events, Fight Camp, and I also buy and sell antique swords. And I do kind of other things as well. I do research, and to cut a long story short, I do a hell of a lot of stuff, and kind of too much stuff. And I realised some months ago actually that I was doing too much stuff, and some of the stuff clearly I preferred to some of the other stuff. Now this is where the thank you comes into it. Due to the fact that I get some money from YouTube, not enough to live on by any stretch, but certainly it helps, and I get some money from Patreon, again it helps. What that has meant, that income, you know, I do realise, just throwing it at this point, I do realise some people think that YouTubers shouldn't get paid money for doing something that's a hobby or fun or whatever. This is ridiculous. As my friend Raffaello on Metatron channel has said, the fact is, you know, we work, we're producing something that you can watch for free, and the money that we get, for the most part, unless you're supporting through Patreon, and thank you for your, but if you're not, then for the most part the money we get is from Google AdSense, from adverts. I don't have any form of sponsorship, so that's the only money I get, and it's not an awful lot of money, but like I say, it helps. But again, coming back to the thank you, the incomes that I get from YouTube and also from Patreon have meant that I can reduce my working hours, and I've been talking about this for probably a year or so. I have tried to make the point clear that if I can increase my earnings through YouTube and the other things I do, then I can decrease the daytime, the day job stuff that I have to do, and that's exactly what I've done. And as of this week, I am moving to a 4-day working week instead of a 5-day working week. Now what that directly means, it doesn't actually mean that I'm going to be working for 4 days and then having a 3-day weekend. What it literally means is that one day, which usually will be Fridays, and you'll start to realise, because probably things will go up more likely on Fridays or be filmed on Fridays, but for the most part I'll have Fridays to work for myself, and that means that I'm going to be stepping up the antique swords, buying and selling, but also research and publishing articles, which some of you will have noticed I've been doing. But additionally, I'm going to be devoting sometimes half the day, sometimes the whole day, to filming and editing and uploading videos. Now, lots of people make jokes about my editing. One of the main reasons that I don't edit my videos more is I don't have time. I literally don't have time to do more editing on videos than I currently do. If I was to spend more time editing, I would do less videos and you would have less to watch. So one of the perks, I think one of the advantages of my channel, is that I put as much content out as I possibly can, whilst keeping the editing, shall we say, keeping the production values low, but the content high. But you know, I like to think that the content of my videos, which are mostly coming from things I'm reading or researching or things in my head, is fairly high. A lot of things I talk about, I don't need to research that much because I'm researching them anyway, so I don't have to research them specifically to make a video. I'm just researching them anyway, or I know them already. So to cut a long story short, hopefully what you should see in the second half of this year is I now have more time to devote to you. I have more time to devote to this channel and the other fun sword related outputs that I do, not just the boring day job I have that you guys don't see. And hopefully hopefully you don't see that is. But so to cut a long story short, it means that because my Fridays are now free for filming and updating websites and editing and doing all of these things, hopefully my outputs can increase slightly and increase in quality as well. I can learn to edit a bit better than I currently know how to. I can make some different types of videos that I haven't really been able to make in the past because I don't have the editing skills to do it, although I do have the software. I haven't learned to fully use it. But additionally, the thing that I'm perhaps most excited about actually for using this extra time that you guys have enabled me to have is I'm gonna be getting out in the car and going to places and filming. And this is super exciting because I'm going to be going to places that I couldn't have got to before and filming videos there. Castles, battlefields, museums, historical places that are going to be really interesting for you and give me good content for videos. I can now do that in my 5th working day. So there we go, some personal development from me. I'm extremely grateful to YouTube and to my viewers and to my Patreon supporters who get extra videos as another thank you, but I'm extremely grateful to all of you that I've been enabled to do this and start essentially increasing the amount of work that I really enjoy doing and decreasing the amount of work that I don't enjoy doing so much. So thank you once again. Cheers, folks.
Click subscribe now and also follow us on Facebook.